Why a scale can be your best friend or worst friend when it comes to losing weight, getting fit, and in better shape today. The good old-fashioned bathroom scale. Do you step on it a lot? Hi, I'm Dr. Alessi, author of Lose Fat Forever, the Bermuda Triangle Diet, host of Live and Fit Now, and contributor for USA Today. And over the last 26 years, many people have told me how often they step on a scale. They get on it first thing every morning. They get on it after meals. They get on it before they go to bed. They get on it all the time. And most people that do so obsess constantly about how it goes up and how it goes down, and based upon it, it dictates their mood and how they feel about themselves. Well, I'm going to get into what type of scales you should be using, how to track your results, and also to how to do it in a sane way. And in a little bit, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to give you one of these scales. This is a Bluetooth body fat scale, and I'll give you one of these just so you can track the right things. Now, of course, when it comes to getting in better shape, one of my big messages that I tell people, it's all about having a plan. You want to do the right exercise. You don't want to do a crazy amount of it. You don't need to track every step and spend more and more time at the gym. But it's about spending the right amount of time so that you have a 24-hour metabolism and burn more calories all day long, even if you have problems orthopedically of the shoulders, hips, knees, back, and neck. And certain exercises simply work better than others. You do hear me talk about this at times on television in my blogs about how working big muscle groups and how certain combinations can be more effective. Secondly, nutrition is a huge component. Of course, it's so difficult to get in shape if your nutrition isn't good, unless you're like a 15-year-old soccer player. But other than that, you're going to need to have good nutrition to pull it all together. Lastly, the biggest element of getting in better shape, in fact, the biggest element of anything, getting better grades in school or doing better in your career or even in your personal life, is to have accountability, coaching, and tracking so that you make consistent progress. Now, a scale in and of itself, a good old-fashioned bathroom scale, cannot do that. It lumps everything together, all of the pounds of your water and muscle and fat and bone and intestinal matter, and gives you a grand total. Now, most of the time during the course of a day, your weight will fluctuate. In fact, for most people, it'll be about 5, 6, 7 pounds, even up to 10 pounds a day in just fluctuation from water weight and from intestinal matter. I know you didn't want to hear that, but it does fluctuate based upon that. And it's not relevant in terms of the pounds of fat on your body. That changes very slowly. In fact, over the course of a week, maybe you lose 1 or 2 pounds of fat, and over the course of a week, maybe you only could gain 1, possibly 2 pounds of fat if you had a terrible diet without any activity. But it doesn't come on or off very quickly. Now, in my private practice, when people want to get in better shape, we have many ways that we track them. We have a DEXA scanner, which is the best of the best. It breaks down where the fat is on the body, how many pounds of fat they have in different parts of the body, in the hips, in the thighs, in the butt, in the back. It gives us bone density. We get to look at joints. We get to see arthritis well before it happens. And also, too, it gives us an idea of corrective exercises to make sure that orthopedic joints are not getting injured, and how to train in your workout program. Also, we do some InBody calculations as well for body fat, and it's unbelievably reliable. It uses 3 different waves for body fat going through the hands, the feet, and also the entire body, giving us the most accurate body fat measurements we can. And then lastly, you can do something on your own. It may not be to the same tolerance, or it might not be to the same exact number, but it will give you a good idea and good trends over time, and that is a good scale that does measure body fat, and a Bluetooth way is a great way to do it with a working app. Now, I have coming up my Live It Fit Fat Dropping and Fitness event, when we cover everything that I just mentioned in terms of workouts, finding out exactly how you should be exercising, when to do it during the day for best results, how frequently or often to do it, what you should be focusing on, and how you should put your workouts together. Number two, when it comes to nutrition, a huge topic and something I love talking a lot about because nutrition is so big, such as what foods to eat, why foods change in our body differently, what do we need for human life and survival, but also too what will cause us to gain fat quickly. When should we be eating? What is our meal frequency? What should meals consist of? How does the glycemic index change of different foods? How we can look at different meals when we start combining things. What does a dinner look like? What does a breakfast look like? How about a lunch? How about sides? How about snacks? What do we eat at school? What do we eat at work? What do we eat if we're traveling or at a restaurant? There's so many different ways we could get into food, and that's just a little bit of it. And lastly, how do we put it all together for ongoing success? So join me for my Live It Fit and Fat Dropping event, where we're going to cover all of that and so much more. You can click on the link below to learn more about it. It is coming up on Saturday, August 3rd. I don't want to get into much detail right now, but you could click on the link below and read more about it. A couple things. First and foremost is accountability, and you hear me mentioning that a lot, is so important. Anybody that comes to see me and my staff, we provide a lot of accountability. We make sure they're doing their workouts and doing them properly. We make sure that they're advancing and progressing. We keep tabs on them when it comes to nutrition, of course, influencing them as much as possible, educating, making sure that they're eating the right things. And lastly, we're tracking their results so that you can see it to help modify your behavior along the way. In terms of at home, though, that could also be a support system as well. So I wanted to provide for early birds a free ticket for a support partner. In fact, I call it accountability partner for a complimentary ticket. I want to include it because I think it's so important that you have other people in your life, not just me and my staff professionally, but other friends and family in your life that are helping you with this journey. Number two, the Bluetooth fat dropping scale. I'm going to give it to you. It is also an early bird special, and the reason why, of course, is because I want to help provide more results, more evaluations, and more influence in terms of the right numbers. Not just water weight fluctuation, but measuring the right things, which is pounds of fat on the body. That scale in and of itself is a $50 value. I'm going to give it to you because I think it's so important. I think it's a very strong tool to make sure that you're moving in the right direction. All of that is included. The last two things for early birds only. Please join me for my Live It Fit event. We're going to break that down, and once again, so much more on Saturday, August 3rd. Click on the link below to learn more about it. And remember, you can improve. You can increase the quality of your life. You can live longer, live better, reduce or eliminate medications, get into the shape and the size that you want. It's all about putting together a good plan. I'm Dr. Alessi, asking you to make the most of your life and live it fit.